Okay, y'all. Let's get into this witch, Blake Lively, because apparently she thinking that she could sit up in here and try to silence us from talking about her basic ass. But whatever, bitch. We're going to be talking about you on this show. So now the legal drama between Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively continues with the actress's efforts to unveil an alleged smear campaign, which means she pulling stuff out her ass because ain't no way in hell. Because apparently, according to her, Justin Baldoni is paying people like myself to talk about her. And it's like, oh, we got a mind of our own. You're in the news. This is a story. This is a legal situation going on, and people are giving their opinions. There's some people who bring in attorneys to be able to speak the legal stuff. Then there's attorneys that's speaking on it that do YouTube channels. But we'll get into all of that in a second. So now it says the It Ends With Us actress made waves earlier this month for sending a subpoena to Google requesting the private details of 16 YouTubers and 20 Twitter users. She claimed that her former co-star had paid these content creators to damage her image. Sis, look, come close. Look closer. Bring your big ass head and that overbite to the goddamn screen so you can hear me correctly when I say this. You are not that important for someone to be able to spend coins on you to talk about and make stuff up about you. You, like everybody else that's in entertainment, celebrity dumb, and all that other stuff, when stuff comes out about you, people are going to talk about it. And if you're talking about damaging your image, would you pulling all of this? You're already doing that damage pretty much yourself. Justin doesn't have to do anything. And from what I heard, some of the people that, and this came out weeks ago, but I just didn't think it was that interesting to talk about. But since it is bringing into this, um, two of the celebrities that they mentioned that were talking about well known, one would be Candace Owens, and the other would be Perez Hilton. So those are the two that she subpoenaed. So they said, however, many of the media personalities Blake Lively subpoenaed have called her legal demands into question, stressing that she had no right to invade their privacy. One YouTuber recently responded with a motion to dismiss her request, claiming that she was financially linked to the actress's husband, Ryan Reynolds. So a small-time YouTuber has hit back in a court filing after Blake Lively subpoenaed her bank details, accusing the Gossip Girl of pursuing desperate and paranoid tactics and submitting an official complaint against the actress's lawyer. Lively, who's 37, going on 87, has claimed throughout her ongoing legal battle that her co-star Justin Baldoni paid influencers to smear her following the premiere of 2024 DV drama film It Ends With Us. But in an ironic twist, pro-Baldoni YouTuber Cassidy O'Connell says the only money she received is from the ads on her video starring Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds. And that's because Ryan has a thing called Mint Mobile, and sometimes those ads will pop up on the feed. And here's the funny part: for a lot of us get paid from YouTube from the ad revenue. So whenever you watch a video all the way through and the ads pop in, like little ads or whatever the case is, like if you're watching, like when I do the short clips and everything, a little ad pops up, I get paid for that. So the long form videos too, once I put it on my edits and then I hit the thing where it's like the green dollar sign comes in, then it's like, okay, this can be monetized. So Miss Lively, who still cannot accept the criticism against her online, is completely organic and of her own making, has made yet another move guaranteed to make matters far worse for her reputation by lashing out at content creators on social media. This is what O'Connell wrote in the filing published on the docket Friday. It Ends With Us actress Lively sparked uproar on social media when she sent a legal demand to Google for the financial and personal records of 60 YouTubers this month and to social media site Twitter for another 20 users. Some of her content creators told DailyMail.com they believe Lively is trying to prove a conspiracy that her legal nemesis Baldoni paid them to produce negative content about her, which they deny. So she's apparently running out in these streets, paranoid as hell, over this situation. So yeah, and then here's the other one where you see Candace Owens and I'm up in there. Okay, so now they said one creator who uses the pseudonym Cassidy O'Connell has fired a a fiery response asking the judge to cancel her subpoena and accused Lively of a desperate and paranoid attempt to prove an imaginary smear campaign. O'Connell, who has around 16,000 subscribers to her YouTube channel, submitted in her initial response last Wednesday without a lawyer, saying she was trying to meet the tight court deadlines before she had a chance to hire an attorney. And this is what it seemed like, is that someone who's in a powerful position, like Blake, and that's only because of who she's fucking, and she keeps pushing babies out with. Ryan Reynolds is the one with the money, not Blake. I mean, Gossip Girl and a couple of movies here and there that made no money at the box office, except It Ends With Us. That was the only thing that pretty much was a hit. And I think it was because it was on Netflix. I don't know if it wasn't even in the movies. I don't remember at this point. But it turned out to be a big box office success. And I'm wondering it was because of all the drama surrounding it. But for the most part, Blake, you had no box office draw. I mean, we already know that because of the tequila line, the Mint Mobile, Deadpool and Wolverine making all the money that it made. Ryan Reynolds is the one with the money. So maybe he's funding a lot of this foolishness to keep you happy and you off his back. Because word on the curb is he's also someone that's very jealous and very possessive. So, but then now it's like, it seems like this David and Goliath thing, similar to Justin Baldoni. Justin is somebody who's like this little guy in the industry. He doesn't have a lot of power. He's just someone trying to navigate and maneuver his way into the world. You literally trying to hijack his damn movie. And a bunch of other things was transpiring behind the scenes, allegedly. And now it's like you're trying to come after content creators because you don't like people reporting on things about you that's not in a positive light. So they went on and said she was scathing of Lively in her 11-page motion to quash the Google subpoena, which she filed alongside a copy of her California State Bar complaint against Lively attorney Ezra Hudson. No third party has access to add additional money to a YouTuber's monthly pay, she wrote, thrashing the theory that creators were paid by Baldoni. We were paid by AdSense, according to ads run on our channel. Ironically enough, Mint Mobile often runs ads on my channel featuring their spokesperson, Ryan Reynolds. So if I've been paid directly or indirectly by anyone involved in this case, it's former party Ryan Reynolds. So yeah, it's like with a lot of us, AdSense does pay us. And depending on the ad, we don't know what ads is going to pop up on our feed or whatever the case is. So she's like, technically, Ryan Reynolds paid me because his Mint Mobile ads is popping up in between my clips. So now they said Ryan Reynolds stars in Mint Mobile commercials and owned a reported $300 million stake in the company until 2023, which I think he ended up selling. And at one point, I remember that John Campion did like a whole damn monologue on his show because people was going in on him about this whole case, and he was like, "Well, what can I say about it? I mean, what do y'all expect me to just bring up about this case?" And I guess it's because Mint Mobile was sponsoring his show, so he's walking on a tightrope. You don't want to offend Ryan Reynolds and be in bad standing with him. So yeah, now I'm just gonna look down at the dirt, kick the dirt around with my foot, not get caught up in the drama, not get involved. It's kind of like DJ Khaled being Palestinian, not speaking up for his own damn people. Same thing. So they also went on to say, O'Connell argued that in her filing that it was an unwarranted invasion of privacy, pointing to Lively's own previous legal filings that asserted the actress's right to privacy when Baldoni tried to subpoena her data. So they said the subpoena to Google asked for O'Connell's address, bank details, subscriber records, and detailed information on her YouTube account. Yeah, I'd be like, none of your business, because you ain't getting shit from me. Ms. Lively herself makes a compelling argument that individuals have a constitutional right to privacy regarding their financial information. Ms. Lively appears to recognize the basic elements of privacy rights that individuals are entitled to, despite her attempts to pierce the rights others are equally entitled to. The YouTuber who makes videos dissecting court documents in celebrity cases and prominent criminal prosecutions. That sounds like something that Mims does. Make it make sense. He be doing that too. He buys court documents, breaks it on down on his show. And he said she had already been the victim of a stalker and SA, and that she was terrified Lively would leak her private information, putting her in harm's way. Plaintiff's counsel has an established history in this case of improper, completely absent redaction in filings that have exposed the home addresses of every Wayfair defendant. This is what O'Connell wrote. And what I'm thinking is this: if I don't think that Blake has a right to be putting this information or trying to gather somebody's information. Like, if somebody actually is doing the work where they're getting court documents, breaking them down, they understand the legal system and the law, then why are you going after them because things aren't in your favor? You don't like how you're coming across in these legal findings? They've been dealing with so damn nosy there. They even had a post of the subpoena. I would show it to y'all, but I'm just like, I have to do the whole copy paste and all of this stuff. So they said this led to death threats to all the defendants, several of which are women, threats of kidnap and harm to a wife and daughter not affiliated with the lawsuit, an act of arson where the arsonist is currently in jail, and the disclosure of two separate medical conditions, further heightening the risk of exposure and harm to any person's information presented to the lawsuit. She proclaims herself to be the voice of women. Please, I knew that was an act. And vowed to not stop speaking for us, while simultaneously causing lasting harm to women after women with her counsel and the court's assistance. I, as much of her I, as most of her victims, have done nothing wrong and do not deserve to be unconstitutionally stripped of my rights to suit her whims. Now, O'Connell called Lively's subpoenas abusive and sweeping, noting she served 60 30-party subpoenas and intends to file several more according to court documents. The plucky YouTuber also claimed that Lively's big law firm, Manat, Phelps and Phillips, made a procedural mistake that invalidates their subpoena. O'Connell said clerks in Northern California federal court told her the subpoena to Google Pay area California headquarters was issued from New York, not NorCal. But she cited legal precedents saying that the subpoena must be routed through the nearest court to be valid. So she also noted that Lively's subpoena referred to Reynolds as a party to the case, though he has already been dismissed from involvement by the judge. O'Connell noted the alleged mistakes in this complaint against Manat attorney Ezra Hudson to the California State Bar for issuing an improper subpoena, saying her actions violated multiple California rules of professional conduct and disregarded constitutional protections under the First Amendment, the YouTuber wrote in her complaint. She included a claim that Ms. Hudson's office denied issuing the subpoena on 3 separate occasions, which raises serious concerns under the rules of professional honesty and truthfulness, the misuse of legal process to delay litigation, intimidate critics, and obtain improper discovery from non-parties is serious misconduct that undermines both legal ethics and constitutional protections. I just really hope that the law is able to protect a lot of us on here, because it's like, if we're actually doing the work and dotting our I's and crossing our T's and doing what we need to do to make sure that we're not just out here spewing a lot of hate, vitriol, and misinformation like the Trashy K's and all of them be out here doing, spreading lies and misinformation about celebrities. Like, if you were taking more of an approach in that way, then I could definitely understand you taking a person to court, wanting to subpoena their records, wanting to sue them like Cardi B did to her for making up lies and stuff about her. I could totally understand that. But if you have somebody out here who literally is out here, got all the legal paperwork, it's public knowledge, a lot of what's going on. We're reporting based off of what the major trades are posting out here. Why aren't you suing Variety and Deadline and all these other places? Like, what are you, Donald Trump with tits? Like, anytime somebody says something about you, you basically want to, oh, I'm going to subpoena them and put them in court and I'm going to sue you and all this stuff. Like, girl, get off my line with that bullshit. So I'll definitely keep you guys abreast of the stories that develops. I don't think that we as pundits should be intimidated and pushed to not want to speak on a story that's making the rounds in media, and you're mad that you feel like because people aren't in favor of your side of the story, that oh, we're a problem for you. We're gonna mess up your case. I'm like, sis, you already ruining your reputation by pulling this shit. This is no different than Jennifer Lopez when people was talking mess about her. How she was trying to get people TikToks taken down, and she was accused of some girl. I think she had cancer that she ended up passing away because when you demonetized and got her TikTok taken down, that was the money that she was using to for her medicines and things of that nature. And this is why I always said, like, this is why I don't understand why we don't have universal health care in this country, because people have to literally set up GoFundMe's and all this other stuff to be able to afford to live. So yeah, they're the trial between her and Justin don't start until 2026. But I can't wait for this damn story, this trial, this whole situation to be over, because it's just too much having a report on this foolishness when it usually comes up. Because I take breaks in between because I feel like everything up in here ain't worth talking about. But she doing too much. So now you want to come after YouTubers for speaking on something that's public knowledge, but whatever. So I'll definitely keep you guys abreast of the story. Whatever you think about it, let me know in the comments down below.